What is up, everybody? NC.
JC, and
we are back with a Triple H is a bad booker. And this is props to Top Dog. He's the one that came up with the subject.
It's a good idea.
So, yeah, we went ahead and did a little list of all the legends that he screwed, and he screwed so many legends. Started out with the most obvious and recent, John Cena.
He lost almost every match he's been in. In fact, no, he lost every match he's been in.
Yep. His last match was putting over that Umaga wannabe.
Oh, God. And getting squashed.
That dollar store Taz. He got fucking annihilated by that shit pile.
And we're talking about John Cena, the 16-time champion.
But this has been John Cena's MO throughout most of his career, is that he'll drop to people who he shouldn't.
No.
Like, I'll never forget when Alberto Del Rio came back and beat him for the U.S. title.
That's...
What the hell? John, you need to step up and say, no, I ain't going to do this. But that's the thing with John. He's just too much of a nice guy. And he knows that his time in WWE was limited. He knew that that strike was going to end real soon, and he was going to be back at work. And lo and behold, here it is.
And he's even getting surgery on his elbows because he fucked those up, doing Triple H's bullshit matches.
See, this is why we hate so much on Triple H, is because he knows how to fuck up a good thing. Mm-hmm. He could be handed a good thing and he will fuck it up. That is just what he's good at. I mean, like, if you get a guy like John Cena, right off the bat, you should be putting him in matches that people want to see. Matches with guys like LA Knight, Logan Paul. Hell, even have him beat Gunther. Yeah, I know it piss people off, but don't have for a title.
Well, what you don't want is you don't want to take top stars like John Cena and devalue them.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what he did with this last run. He completely devalued John Cena.
He made him into a mid-carder.
Yeah.
How do you do that to John Cena, a big Hollywood star? How the fuck do the one Hollywood star that will agree to come and work for you? How do you do that?
The only answer is black and gold.
Sloppy and uncoordinated. It's never said. Yeah. And there it is. We've always said that Triple H has a deep-seated resentment and hatred towards John Cena, and he proves it through his booking.
Oh, yeah. For anyone he didn't create, he just does not push them. He does not prioritize them.
Never will. That's just unfortunately how he is. And we got to bring up another name. And this name, I got to say, I have never seen a greater misuse of a former WWE top star in recent memory. Like, I thought John Cena was bad, but if you're going to talk about taking the cake, we got to talk about Undertaker.
Oh, God.
Showing up for a fucking cameo spot in NXT to raise Carmelo Gay's hand.
Oh, God.
And disrespect Braun Breaker and beat him up.
Well,
how does this make any sense?
It makes zero sense. And the worst part about that is it did less numbers than the fucking start of the show.
Exactly.
That is...
So that shows you that people were actively tuning out because they didn't want to see Undertaker be a bitch like that.
Oh, it's a trend with Carmelo Hayes. Like, whenever he's in a match or anything important at all, the ratings dip.
He's a channel changer. Always has been.
Of course, and not enough people realize that. What you said, Carmelo Hayes is a channel changer. He is. Mm-hmm. So is Ilya Dragunov. Mm-hmm. But yet those are the people getting spotlights. Because Triple H, it's what he wants.
That's exactly what he wants. And Shawn Michaels doesn't feed into it because why? He helped foster those talents. Mm-hmm. He helped Isla get to the NXT Championship. He helped Carmelo Hayes get to the NXT Championship. He developed this awesome him character. What the fuck is him? Who is him?
It's a catchphrase.
It's dumb. He is not him. No. If anything, I would relate him to that shitty goth metal band that Brandon, what is it? The guy from CKY always jacks off to.
Yeah. Oh, him. Himsaw.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
With the heart pentagram.
Yes. Fuck that band. Anyways, Undertaker. Why would you bring back Undertaker like this? If anything, it should have been a mystery tag team partner, and he pairs up with Braun Breaker to beat Isla and Carmelo Hayes. That's how it should have been.
Well, to me, what's the worst part about it was the advertising for Undertaker.
No build-up.
A gong, yeah, a lot of wrestling fans are going to get that. I got it. I knew exactly what that gong meant.
But it was blink and you miss it.
It was blink and you miss it. And it was at the very tail end of the fucking ad. Like, if you're going to have Undertaker on your show, advertise it. Let people know that he's going to be on that NXT. So they go, oh, shit, Undertaker's going to be on. I'm an Undertaker fan. Let me tune in.
Well, even then, though, would they want to tune in to see that smarky bullshit that he was doing? Because people actually tuned out during that segment.
I mean, like...
So that it shows you that even with Undertaker there, people saw what he was doing and they're like, this isn't the Undertaker that I know. Fuck this.
Well, look,
and they click the channel.
I would even say, like, hypothetically, like, let's say Mandy Rose appeared in Impact.
Mm-hmm.
I would tune into Impact. I hate watching Impact.
Oh, yeah.
I would tune in.
Same thing goes for even MLW. I motherfucking hate MLW, but if Mandy Rose shows up, I'll watch a match of hers.
Of course.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know? But that's the thing, though, is he just knows how to bury people like Undertaker. Undertaker should be in WrestleMania spots. He should be showing up at pay-per-views, advertised ahead of time. You don't throw him on a random fucking NXT just to get a deal with some fucking third-rate network named the CW. We'll get more to that on the news. But yeah, Undertaker just devalued the fuck out of himself. And trust me, I got a little piece on Undertaker and how marky he's gotten. Let me put it this way. He takes back everything he said on that Joe Rogan podcast back in 2020.
Oh, no.
He takes it all back, but we'll get to that later. So let's go ahead and talk about another guy who got fucked over, Batista.
Oh, yeah.
So Batista, he pretty much got buried by Triple H in his last match in a boring, drag-out, 30-minute, who gives a fuck, slow-paced, Triple H War of Attrition match. Yep. God, that match sucked.
WrestleMania 35. Yep, and that was on it. Like, I couldn't take Batista seriously after that run.
Oh, not only that, Blutista.
Even Blue
it's like he was trying to publicly haze him.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just amazing.
I don't want to see him back.
I don't either. Well, because not only that, but Batista realizes that he's getting bigger roles in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Why would he come back to job for Triple H?
Yeah, I don't blame him for not coming back. I mean, shit, it's like get paid millions of dollars to star in blockbuster movies or job to Triple H and his shit booking.
Yeah.
For a fraction of the pay.
It's obvious why Cena ran back to Hollywood. It doesn't matter if he's wearing pantyhose and lipstick. He's running back to Hollywood because he wants that paycheck.
Check clear? All right, cool.
Hey, that's why he's all pro-China. The check always clears.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why Batista's pro-Hollywood too. The check always clears. Somebody that wishes they could be in Hollywood, though, but it doesn't matter because it got buried by Triple H, is Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle is a guy that should have been so much more, but he's just become one smiling, friendly, happy tomato nowadays.
Yeah, like, this is not how you book Kurt Angle.
Literally every single time he does the Kurt Angle podcast, he has his tongue up some obscure lucha jobber's asshole.
Yep.
Every single podcast. Oh, dragging Viking dildo is the next big contender. He's a game changer. It's really
a channel changer. Like, and the ratings will show you that people tuned out for his match. Mm-hmm. But no one, not enough people pointed out.
No, well, and that's why Kurt Angle, I think, even though he's trying to suck Triple H's cock, it don't matter. I mean, look at Eric Bischoff. It doesn't matter if you suck Triple H's dick. Nope. I don't forget. He never forgets. He never forgets the slander. That's why he will never hire any of the dirt cheap people, because you can't trust them.
No.
But he can trust his inner circle of DX marks like Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg. Mm-hmm. And that's why he puts so much faith in them.
And we're going to be able to put CM Punk on that list.
Yes, we will.
This list coming up.
Well, because I'm telling you, the CM Punk hype, yes, he will come back, but it's going to die super quick. Yeah. It's going to be fading by WrestleMania, as sad as that is.
Because, like, what is he going to do that's so interesting? Who's he going to feud with that people are going to go like, oh, shit, I can't wait to see that?
There's only 2 matches that you could give to him, and even then, who gives a fuck? Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
But even then, you devalue him because he's supposed to be a top star, right?
But aren't Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins top stars?
No.
They're
not.
I don't think so, but Triple H books him like that. God. That's the unfortunate way. But Kurt Angle, trust me, if he came back nowadays, he would be jobbed into oblivion. He wouldn't even be a backstage announcer. He would not be used at all.
He would be the veteran tag team partner of, like, one of the newer black and gold people.
American Alpha manager.
Yep. There you go.
That's how they would probably do it.
That's what he would do. And he'd be a fucking happy-go-lucky goofball, and nobody would care.
He would be King Goofball. The only thing you could do to reinvigorate his career right now is have him just brutally beat the shit out of Chad Gable.
Turn heel, yeah.
And just fuck him up so bad and then challenge him to a submission match and like tear his ACL.
Well, that would be like a Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable match would get people to tune in.
But heel Kurt Angle. I don't want and he has to even carry it on his podcast. None of that happy Mr. Go-Lucky shit. I want to see hateful Kurt Angle.
Yeah, bury him on the podcast.
Yes.
Like what? Because wrestlers have podcasts now.
Exactly.
Fucking bury your opponent on your podcast. Don't separate kayfabe. Carry it over.
Well, people, they can't tell the difference anyways.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how stupid these wrestling fans are. So might as well just give them what they want. Another thing, the Triple H tried to give us what we want, but we don't want Stone Cold as a once-in-a-lifetime type role.
No.
Especially putting on a hardcore match with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens doesn't deserve a match with Stone Cold.
No. Just think about it like this. You bring Stone Cold out of retirement for his last ever match. And it's against Kevin Owens.
And didn't he do like some shitty appearance on SmackDown recently?
I don't think he did, but just the way he's been used, you can't take him serious. You don't take Stone Cold and put him up against an overhyped mid-carder. You take Stone Cold and you have him go up against one of your top card guys.
Exactly.
That's how you do it. You don't.
But that's how Triple H is. He'll make a guy like KO seem like a top star because he's facing Stone Cold. No, he does not deserve that type of rub. What they should have done is they should have done somebody that was at Stone Cold's level at the top right then and there. I'm not expecting Roman Reigns. I know you got to put him in title matches and whatnot, but put Kane in there. Yeah. Bring him back or
or give us a dream match we never saw. John Cena versus Stone Cold.
I think that happened before.
Did it happen before?
I could have swore it happened before. No. I might be wrong, but it's just, how do you take a guy like Stone Cold and fuck him up? You don't maximize him.
Yeah.
Same thing much with Rey Mysterio. Look at what they've done to Rey Mysterio. Here was a guy who at one time was a main eventer, a world title holder. What is he now? He's a mid-carder who's getting his ass beat by Santos Escobar. In friendship and betrayal.
God.
That's what's fucking going on right now. It's bullshit.
It is. It's total bullshit. Now Ray, a former top card guy, is less than a mid-carder. He's not even he's not. Okay, I shouldn't say that. He's a mid-carder, but that's the problem. We're talking about Rey Mysterio here. A legend is a mid-carder.
The only thing I ever support is Logan Paul winning the U.S. title. I don't think he should have been beating Ray for it.
No.
I think that was a fuck up on their end. I mean, I do appreciate Logan as the U.S. champion, but Ray shouldn't be in the U.S. title picture. He shouldn't be there. He should be the type of guy who, at the very least, is a gatekeeper to the world title. You have to beat a guy like Rey Mysterio to get there. He shouldn't be put over Dominic Mysterio.
Or at the very least, move him over to Raw and have him feud with Seth and take that title.
Okay.
That to me would make way more sense, and you protect Ray. You actually keep him somewhat near the top of the card.
True. I agree on that.
No, he's got to be on SmackDown with the fucking gay version of the LWO. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Oh, but we're supposed to care about Santos Escobar's NXT stable that he's bringing back.
I barely gave a shit about him when he was in NXT 2.0. I don't care about him here. Honestly, this is the most boring version of Santos Escobar I've ever seen.
Right.
By far and away.
And I'll take the Lucha Underground character any day of the week over this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't get it. But, I mean, look at what they did to Sheamus. Buried the fuck out of him in the Brawling Brutes.
Yep.
Buried him, buried Drew McIntyre, if you want to consider him a legend. Buried the fuck out of two big UK guys who should be in the main event. They're not bad. They're still marketable. They're not beat up. I don't get the deal.
Well, he's not even on TV.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah, that's how much he's been buried. He's just not even on TV. And even if he came back, what would he matter?
Same for Sheamus, same for Drew McIntyre. Both are barely on TV, and Drew's probably going to head to Impact at this point because he hates being in WWE.
Oh, God.
Somebody who was probably going to head back to TNA is AJ Styles. Just look at how he's being used and abused by Triple H. I know Vince didn't use him the best, but at least he gave him a world title.
Oh, no. Vince had him beat John Cena twice.
Well, but I'm saying he could have used him a little bit better, but I'm saying the fact that he gave him a title,
yeah,
Triple H did nothing with him.
No, he's done nothing with what has he done with AJ Styles that's so great?
This shitty fucking stable with Mia Yim and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
For the match marks out there who respect AJ, and I understand AJ's a good wrestler. I'll give him that. Wouldn't it make sense to have him feud with Roman?
Would, but you can't do
get
that.
Good matches, wouldn't you?
Well, not only that, but if you really go back to the throwback when AJ Styles debuted, it was against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it was.
So that's a good throwback right there if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But speaking of throwbacks, Randy Orton. I can tell you right now, Randy Orton, when he does come back eventually, it's going to be real soon, they are going to miss use the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the mid card. Because I can tell you, Triple H doesn't forget about all the shit talking he did on his booking.
Yeah.
He's not going to use him properly. He's going to be jobbing to fucking like Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano. He's going to job Tommaso Ciampa for those comments he made.
If Randy Orton is not on the top card, it's an immediate fail.
Yeah.
You cannot take Randy Orton and put him in the mid card. Oh, he's a reliable hand. That's not good enough. We're talking about Randy Orton here.
Well, you know what Triple H's brilliant solution is? Oh, it's going to be the mystery guy in the Survivor Series War Games match.
Oh, God.
Don't you just want to see him in some random five-way who gives a fuck tag team match with no blood?
I want to see Randy Orton win the Royal Rumble and challenge Seth for the title. That's what I want to see him. Because it doesn't make sense for Randy to immediately go after Roman. That would be a better match than what Cody would give, but, you know.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about a veteran who has been greatly misused, not only in AEW with how they retired him, but also in WWE. Let's talk about Sting. Now, with Sting, here's a guy who he should have been treated a lot better. He got devalued by Triple H, got destroyed by Seth Rollins. I felt it was a purposeful injury.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me. That power bomb against the turnbuckles.
It was a bit rough.
He was stiff on him.
Well, and Seth had to have known. Okay, Sting's a bit older now. Maybe I should go a little bit easier. Now, maybe Sting said, "No, kid, give me what you got." Even still.
Yeah, you got to take it easy, especially when you got a reputation for hurting people and you just got off of breaking John Cena's nose. You gotta play it safe for Seth, but that's the thing about Seth is he's always been reckless Rollins.
Yeah,
that's how he fucking does.
No, he's incredibly reckless. It just boggles my mind how Triple H had to go over in that match. Right. He couldn't say, "No, I mean Sting coming back for the first time in well over a decade. I'm gonna have him go up." No, couldn't even do that.
Well, at the very least,
had to go over Batista too.
If he's only going to have one decent match, have it with Undertaker. Give us that one match that we wanted. They could have done that too. They could have given us Sting and Undertaker. This is another Triple H ball drop, in my opinion.
Well, and Undertaker was still wrestling back then.
Exactly.
He was still good at, he was still able to go in the ring.
It would have been a fun match, but they dropped the ball there, and a lot of people want to see that. Trust me, you don't want to see it now.
No.
It's good. Something that isn't good is what they're doing with Bobby Lashley. Here's a guy who should be holding the world title as we speak.
Yep.
Instead, he's in some jobber stable with the Street Profits. Why? How does this make sense? It's not the new Hurt Business. I don't want to see a new Hurt Business. I don't care about a new Hurt Business. Why is this a thing?
I don't even I barely watch SmackDown, but I've not heard much explanation as to why they're together, why they've been reunited, why Montez Ford turned heel. They haven't really explained that enough.
Well, that's how they do. Even with Damage Control, they still haven't explained why this stable existed.
Yeah, why does it have two new members?
They don't fucking explain, and that's just how Triple H's style is. Oh, you don't appreciate the nuances. You gotta study their NXT career and how they were once the line. It's just
this is that New Japan booking.
This is that long term. Who gives a fuck about this stupid story over a developmental type long term booking? That's what this shit is. It sucks dick. It's awful. And you want to talk about something that's really awful? Look what he did to Brock Lesnar.
Oh my!
Look at what he did to Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God!
How do you take a guy who is a former UFC champion, a former WWE champion, one of the toughest men to ever compete in WWE, a former Minnesota Vikings player? How do you take a guy like this and how do you make him a fucking mid-carder? How do you have him get his ass beat by Cody Rhodes with a bum fucking shoulder? How does this make any sense that an injured Cody Rhodes beats a prime and ready killing machine like Brock Lesnar? Please, for the love of God, help me understand what Brock did to deserve any of this.
You don't understand. You didn't see the nuance of my brilliant creative.
No, I did not.
Oh, my God.
All I saw was you shitting on a guy who should be the kingpin in your company. The guy who actively on your roster can bring in better ratings than Roman.
Of course.
If you look at one guy that was still on the WWE roster that could bring in ratings bigger than Roman, only one guy could, and that was Brock Lesnar when he was with Paul Heyman. Yeah. When he had that was consistently over 3 million every fucking time.
Yeah. No, it was consistently outbeating what Roman got, or what Roman's getting now. And Roman's not even getting 2.5 now. He's getting 2.2, 2.3. So, with what they did with Brock, I mean, just imagine what that title could have meant.
Exactly.
That's on Seth Rollins right now. If Triple H decided to go with Brock Lesnar instead of Seth. Like, it would have meant more.
It would have, and it would have meant something, especially with the TKO deal going on.
Yeah.
This is something where he could have capitalized, gave Brock the title, and that would have been a good selling point too for TKO, having a guy like UFC champion Brock Lesnar holding the WWE title.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before. Like, it would have made all the sense in the world. It would have united the two worlds with a guy who both
dominated both.
Respect.
Exactly.
Like, UFC fans respect Brock Lesnar and vice versa.
True.
You know, it's...
Brock had to earn that respect in UFC. He wasn't handed it. I mean, trust me, Heath Herring was making jokes about him being one of those fake-ass WWE wrestlers. So Brock went in and just bowled him over. Yep. We're talking about a guy that was almost like 300 pounds, and he just bowled him over. Yep. And that's the type of power Brock has. And to misuse a guy like that who still is like in his mid-40s but still moves like a cat, to do that is just asinine. It's retarded.
Having Brock be in the mid-card is the fucking, like, out of everyone that we've listed so far, that's probably the worst.
Slap in the face. But I might be able to one-up that. Let's talk about Edge.
I take that back.
So with Edge,
probably the worst.
Edge is a guy that he pissed off Triple H back in the day when he did that DX impression with Randy Orton. And they were parodying Triple H and Shawn Michaels. He doesn't forget this shit. This guy is a very vengeful, spiteful dickhead.
The rage was building in his mind
and
all these years.
And he remembered that. So what he did is he had an opportunity to let Edge's contract lapse. So what he did is he did what Triple H typically does. Lowballed the fuck out of Triple H, knowing that he would take the AEW deal so he could go work with Christian. He knew what he was doing. And what did he do? He didn't give him a replica WWE championship on his way out. No, he gave him a replica Intercontinental title, but with the Canadian maple leaf design on it.
God.
Just complete disrespect towards Edge. And I feel bad now because Edge is being treated even worse over in AEW. It's like, I hate to say it, Triple H's shitty booking was slightly better than what he's dealing with in AEW. But it doesn't translate to the fact that you took a guy who made Judgment Day and you had Judgment Day destroy him, and they did nothing with him.
I mean, really, all he did was feud against Dominic Mysterio with Ray. Mm-hmm. That's not how you use Edge. Edge should be in your top card.
He should. He should be one of those guys who should be winning, at the very least, high-level gatekeeper matches. If you're not going to put him in the title picture, you need to have him beating the guys that are trying to get to the title picture.
Exactly.
Or at least veterans on their way out, him going over that. I mean, I feel like Edge was greatly misused, and this is a guy that, if he were used right, he would be in the world title situation with Bobby Lashley.
He would.
Like, you don't take two guys like that and fuck it up. But Noseman here, he loves to. And he also fucks over marketable women. Now, one I wanted to definitely include on this list, and we have to talk about before we end the show, is Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus has been criminally misused. This woman is one of the few that can actually put on a good match with Becky Lynch because she carries that fucking hag the whole time.
Of course.
She is one of the few that can still do that. Granted, her promos aren't the best, but she was getting better before she left.
She was. Yeah.
She was slowly learning. She was getting that heel Trish Stratus persona, which worked better for her. Mm-hmm. And he took a star like this and he threw away. Had a proposed match set for SummerSlam. Like, fucking just put it on the next Raw. It fucked up her chance.
Well, and people will say, but it was stupid to turn Trish heel.
No,
I think if it was done well and the people who were booking it cared, it would have been good.
Well, especially when you have her pretty much getting subletted by Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with that. I thought that Trish should have came back and beat the shit out of her, and I'm glad that she did. But they just delayed the fuck out of it. The storytelling was so poor. It made you not want to care about that cage match by the time it came around.
No, not at all.
But that's what Triple H is great at, is making you not care. That's why the ratings are going down each week. God, he's such a tard. So join us here in a little bit for some news. And see
JCN.
Peace out.